Hello, duelists. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, so this is a recorded practice match, and the reason now this Sunday was Easter here in the States, so a lot of businesses were taking the day off. Our locals decided to have the shop open, but they didn't. They decided not to have any tournaments or anything that day. Probably a good call because a lot of people went out of town to go see their relatives and all that. So as a result, instead this is a practice match between me playing my heroes on the left and good friend of the channel C playtesting his Primite Blue Eyes. He's always playtesting his Blue Eyes and his Red Dragon Archfiend deck, and he's actually working on building Photon. So if you want to see any updated decks, any of those, let us know. We'll get them here on the channel. And I'm always playtesting heroes and Yugioh. And right now I'm playtesting the current build I'm messing with right now. I actually changed it up from my last one. I decided to try adding in Triple Tactics Thrust, and I'm basically just working on the build right now. So that's pretty much everything. So if you want to see any more videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Let me know in the comments, what do you think are going to be the best decks going into the future? Because obviously we got the Yummies and Dragon Tail, Dragon Tail on the horizon here in the TCG. And channel member Michael actually wants to get the Yummies because you can mix them with Sky Striker, and he already has the Sky Striker deck. And oh man, Sky Striker's gonna get crazy. Let me know also what you thought of that Sky Striker anime. I heard it was pretty short. I haven't seen it yet, so if you want to see if anything, maybe we'll have Chillman or Michael watch it, and since he plays the deck, and maybe we'll have him give his thoughts on it, like I did with Daima. I miss Daima. But anyways, so right here, I'm basically going off. I managed to go into Cross Crusader, and I'm basically doing the standard hero plays, using Crusader to bring back Malicious. I'm going to attempt to pop Malicious in order to get a search, which I managed to be able to do. So right now, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm in the clear. Obviously the fear of nib is always there, but sometimes you gotta just go for it. So I'm basically looking over trying to think, what could I do? Because in my hand I already yeah, if I remember right, this game I started off, I weirdly enough opened up Polymerization and Dark Fusion and Miracle Fusion. They're good cards to have, but man, I really wish I could have opened something else up, because I wish I opened up like Imperm or Rust or something. But no, the RNG gods decided to have me open up the fusion cards. It happens, right? So I'm gonna use Banish and use Malicious one more time. I decide to add Evil Hero Necrom, and I'm going to link these two up to try to go into Deceiver so I can try to search out Neos. Because basically what I'm thinking to myself, I'll just fuse them off to go into Sunrise and try to set up some plays. So there it is, and now I'm going to add Neos. But, yep, he's got the nib right there. I can't stop it, so there it goes, and I get one pretty decent-sized token. So, usually I would think, okay, maybe that's it, but I actually still have some plays. So, I'm looking over my graveyard right here, and I'm trying to think, okay, what else could I do? Because yeah, heroes have an issue. Obviously, every combo deck has a problem with the rock, but obviously, I'm trying to think what else I could still do. So, I'm just looking over my extra deck, thinking, what do I have left? Unfortunately, Cross Crusader is a once per turn, so I can't do that again. I wish, that'd be cool. So let's see. I'm looking over my hand, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna use Miracle Fusion because, like I said, I started off with it. So what can you do? So I'm going to banish from the graveyard. Let's see. I'm going to banish. Let's see. I'm going to banish gold and another hero monster. I think it was my Vion, in order to go into Sunrise. Because even though it's not the best, it's still something. And crazy enough, I did open up Dark Fusion, and I did manage to get Neos in hand. So basically, what I'm thinking to myself, if I could try to get my monster to the grave, I can actually do something. Because I actually have an idea. So I'm going to Dark Fusion right here. Because, this is funny, I have Necrom in my hand. And I'm going to fuse my Nibiru token with Necrom to go into Bane because Bane's requirements is one evil hero and a level 6 or higher monster, and the token is level 10. So there you go, Bane right there. So that was actually pretty funny. I'm trying to think what else could I do. I mean, obviously this isn't. I have to basically try to build up the best field possible. So I'm just gonna banish Necrom and go into Infernal Rider in order to add Dark Fusion back to my hand because when you summon Infernal Rider from the deck, you can add Dark Fusion from your deck or your graveyard to your hand. And since I use Dark Fusion, Bane can't be targeted, so that's good for me. Let's see. Looking over. Let's see. Like I've said before in other videos, don't worry. Even though I can see his hand right here, I did not. Neither of us were able to see each other's hands at all during the duel. So just want to put that out there. It's a perspective thing. So he's going to start off with his Primite Dragon, and he's going to attempt to use it to basically set from the deck. But I can't stop. Imperm would have been nice, or Valor or something like that. But no, I opened up the fusions. I have Polymerization in Dark Fusion in my hand. I remember because I was thinking, I can't really do anything right here. But hey, what can you do, right? You can't expect a crazy hand every time. So he's going to drill and banish Sunrise. Dang, because he knew Sunrise he couldn't target Bane, luckily, so he had to pick Sunrise instead. Sorry about that. Sorry if there's a slight glare too. We again can't do anything about that. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Oh, if you see what because I didn't open up any traps, if you saw a other card, yeah, if you see some other cards right there, it's because I was doing a trade with somebody for something else. Yeah, I was doing a trade. That's why if you noticed, I had my binder out for a sec. I also needed to grab some spare sleeves from my bag because again, I told them, you know what, I don't have any hand traps. Just go off. So I basically like, you know what, go ahead play not really play solitaire, but go ahead, just go off, man, because I can't stop him. So I'm like, all right, I'll do some trading because there was an event for some other games going on, and I was trying to get some other stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I was doing some trading to get some Digimon cards. If anyone watching also watches our Digimon content, let's see. So I'm basically, like I said, just looking over because, like I said, I'm trying to get some stuff. I've also been trying to get some. I'm not interested in playing. I mean, I like the game, but I'm more interested in collecting. Like it's kind of like how I do a lot of Pokemon VGC stuff here on the channel. I like collecting Pokemon cards. I'm trying to collect some One Piece cards too, mainly just Robin. I, everyone says I have an obsession. Maybe I do. If my field center isn't enough to give it away, it's my cross to bear. But so yeah, there's not much I could do right here. It's always cool seeing what the deck can do. I don't know. It's like some people I've heard complain about Blue Eyes, saying that's a little too overpowered. And I'll admit the Primites can be pretty nutty, honestly, sometimes. But I really like the way like Blue Eyes has evolved over the years because I don't know. I just love seeing. How can I put this? Um, it's kind of like how in fighting games, it's always cool seeing the characters that the series is famous for, like in Street Fighter, Ryu and Ken, or like Smash Bros. It's Nintendo IP, so like Mario and Pikachu and stuff like that. I don't know. I like seeing the decks that everyone knows about, like Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, Exodia. I love seeing those actually do well. You know what I mean? For the record, when you play against Blue Eyes, that's the card one of the cards you want to ash. Valor and actually really quick, for any other hero players, when you play against Blue Eyes, Darklaw is one of the best cards to play on Blue Eyes because they need their graveyard. And right now he just went into his. It's kind of like what's it called? It's a little bit like Plasma. Basically, he just negated my whole field. But Bane is still too big for him to basically try to go over. So, but he's still going off. So he's going into a synchro monster, and he's linking off into a spear, I believe. Oh no, another synchro. Yeah, and I can't really do much. I drew Droll. I finally drew a hand trap. Oh man, what can you do, right? Yeah, and basically, I knew I could blow up the field with Bane, but I also know I couldn't because again he negated Bane, and I was just asking him to make sure if this is for that turn or if it's the whole time. So he says the whole time, and like I just scoop right there because I can't really do anything. So thanks that he got the first game. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks to Magic of Editing. See you there. And just like that, we're back. So we're going into game two, and I'm actually going to get to choose who goes first. So I'm going to go first. So I actually opened up Adjusted Gold, so I'm going to ditch it to search Evil Assault, and I opened up Destiny Hero Denier. So I pretty much opened gas. So I'm going to use Evil Assault, ditch Denier, go into Prison, and use Prison's effect to dump Malicious from the deck, and I'm pretty much able to just go off right here. So I'm going to use Malicious to summon one from the deck. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't grow Cross Crusader right here, so I had to use Denier's effect to summon itself now. So, but I will be able to put Malicious back to the top of the deck. So I'm gonna link them up to go into Crusader because you got to use two warriors to go into Crusader, and Prison is a rock. So I'm gonna bring back Denier, gonna tribute, and I'm gonna search for a hero. Luckily, I know. Yeah, I grabbed Ferris because I opened up a good amount of cards, so I needed another one. And now I'm just shuffling up, and I'm pretty much making sure, because again, any hero player or just like anyone who plays like combo decks is always expecting the rock. So I'm gonna banish Malicious again to get another one on the field. I'm gonna link these two off to go into the Deceiver because I need Neos because when you use Ferris, you have to discard a hero monster, and how's that hero monster? So I'm gonna grab Neos just so I can discard him to summon Ferris. So I'm gonna ditch, summon Ferris, and I'm gonna go off from there. Go increase, and if you've seen heroes play, we all know how this goes. Gonna use increase, tribute Ferris, and then summon Vion from the deck. Yep. Increase. Go Vion. I'm basically trying to go as quickly as possible because I was thinking, okay, he hasn't by now, so if he hasn't, then I think I might have a chance. Because if I can set up enough interruptions, it should take care of it. So like I said, I'm gonna go Vion, and I'm thinking which one to ditch, aka which one to dump to the grave. Because so I'm gonna send Shadow Mist because I have it normal summoned. So in order to get another body in the field, I'm gonna add Stratos to my hand. Yeah, I haven't normal summoned yet, and I need another body on the field, so I'm going to normal Stratos in order to search a hero card. And I'm going to add Sinister Necrom to my hand. So let's see. So I'm looking over my graveyard. Yeah, so I'm going to use Vion's effect to banish Ferris in order to add Polymerization to my hand. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to use Stratos with Necrom in order to go into Sunrise. Now, thanks to Sunrise, I'll be able to search Miracle Fusion. Yeah. So let's see. I'm going to link off my increase with Deceiver so I can go into Cross Crusader. Whenever you go Crusader, make sure you don't have a space in the arrow that it points to. So I'm going to use Miracle Fusion. I'm going to banish Neos and Stratos in order to go into Wingman. Now, Wingman's effect and Wonder Driver chain will go off. So from the graveyard, I'm going to get to reset Polymerization. This way I can go into DP later on. And thanks to Wingman, I'm going to be able to search Favorite Contact. I don't know why I was looking at my extra deck right there. So yeah, I managed to get Favorite Contact. Let's see. So I'm basically just thinking, okay, he hasn't done anything right now, so I should be good. So I'm going to set, And I'm going to use Necrom's effect from the grave, banish it to go into Infernal Rider, and now I can add Dark Fusion to my hand. So I'm going to use Dark Fusion, and I'm going to fuse Prison with Wingman in order to go into Backfire. And now I can add Dark Supremacy to my hand. And, yep, there it is. So I'm going to set that. I'm looking over my grave to see what I can do. I have Malicious one more left. I knew I did, so I'm gonna use that to get the last one, and I'm just gonna fuse them together with Polymerization. I'm gonna fuse Malicious with Infernal Rider to get DP in the field. And now I'm going to use from the graveyard Infernal Rider's second effect to banish itself and 4 other cards in order to set Super Polymerization from the deck. Yeah, I really like this play because, like I said, this way, after you use Favorite Contact and you go into Wingman to blow up their field, if they try to get another monster in the field, you just use Super Poly to fuse off one of their monsters and Neos and Wingman to go into Neos Lord. It's actually crazy. So I have Super Poly, Dark Supremacy, Favorite Contact, and actually Called by the Grave set. So he's going to try to use his one of his Maiden Eyes of Blue cards, and I'm actually going to Call by it. Call by is actually, like I said, pretty good against Blue Eyes because again they want to banish stuff, so being able to stop they need their graveyard basically. So he's going to search a card from his deck, and he's going to add Drill Beam. And I actually drolled him. This time I had Droll when I needed it. Alright, sweet. Droll, though, doesn't hurt Blue Eyes as badly as Droll hurts other decks. So he's going to try to use the continuous effect of his card, so I'm just going to use Dark Supremacy to negate it so he can't get a Blue Eyes from the deck. Basically, I'm just trying to stop him as much as possible. So he's going to use his Primite Dragon, and I was thinking to myself, I didn't want him to keep a monster on field, because his Link 1 is obviously what he does. He's asking, what are the stats? I'm telling him that all my monsters are powered up by 600, and his monster is basically at 0 because of DP. So I'm going to use Favorite Contact, but he uses Drill Beam to negate and banish Favorite Contact. So instead, I'm going to chain, use DPE to destroy itself, to destroy his Primite. That way, he has no monsters on field, so he can't link off and basically just go off. So he sets 1 and passes it. And I get DPE back, and I pretty much got this. So let's see. I'm looking over my grave. I'm gonna use Evil Assault's secondary effect to banish it to get Dark Fusion back to my hand, and I can just fuse off my cards, go into Bane, and just attack for big damage. And basically, just get it right here. I'm looking over my grave because what I was gonna do, I was gonna fuse. Basically, I was thinking, I'll just link off my Vision Hero Vion because somehow that's managed to stay on the field, and go into Cross Crusader because this way I can bring back Denier, search a hero, and just go off. But he pretty much calls it right there. So I managed to get game 2. All right. So let's settle this in the tiebreaker. I'll see you there. And here we are at the tiebreaker. So he's going to use his Primite Dragon to try to set a card from the deck. So unfortunately, I didn't open up Veiler or Imperm or anything like that. I wish. Right here is where So he was going to try to use his card to search his field spell using his Blue Eyes, but luckily I managed to have Ash this time. When you want to usually add Imperm, Veiler, Ash, the Link monster, or their spell card. The one with that you ditch a card and has a Blue Eyes on it. Okay, that's not very descriptive, but I've mentioned it before. But either way, he'll be able to use his spell card to summon a Blue Eyes from the deck. He actually got that Blue Eyes from me and Chelmer and Michael because we actually opens up some Bonanza packs. We actually pulled a couple of QCR Blue Eyes, ironically. Ones he did use, but higher rarity. Go figure. So we actually gave it to him because, we like to help our friends out. So I did manage to slow him down, but he still was able to end on 3 back row and Spear. So I was thinking, oh man, this could be interesting. So I'm gonna go Stratos. I'm gonna attempt to try to search to try to do some stuff. So he's going to use his monster to bounce back Stratos, but it didn't negate, so I was able to still to search. So now I'm just thinking, man, his back row, I know one of them's got to be Drill Beam. So I was thinking, okay, let's see what I can do. So I'm going to search out Ferris, and I'm going to ditch Stratos from my hand to go to use Ferris. Oh, no. I ditch Prison. Now, the reason I ditched Prison is because I already normal summoned, so I can't normal summon it again. So I was like, you know what? I'll just ditch it to try to set up Ferris because I'd rather have Stratos in my hand to use for fusion targets. So I'm going to use Increase, destroy Ferris, will tribute Ferris, and try to set up some stuff with Bion. But there it is, there's the Drill Beam. And there's not really much I could do right there. Dang. Drill Beam's such a crazy card. So I'm going to attempt to use Fusion Destiny. Now, this is why I tell people Fusion Destiny why it's still a really good card, because it's your contingency plan. But the problem was he went into his tech card he's been playing. It's a Pendulum Dragon card, basically, and he managed to summon it thanks to his spear. So because he got to summon a dragon from his deck, but it has like 0 attack and defense, not a big deal. He went into this card that basically locks you out of your extra deck. So if I could have used Fusion Destiny, I might have still been able to do stuff, but what can you do? It's a really good tech that he's been trying out, so that's game. So he managed to get it. So Blue Eyes 2, Heroes 1, but hey, it was a really good game, GG. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much if you've made it this far. If you want to see an updated deck profile from friend of the channel C, his Blue Eyes and his Red Dragon Archfiend and his Photon deck when he has them done, let us know and we'll definitely have those up. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much, and thank you also for 600 subscribers. We really do appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.